Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Aaron done messed up this time. Well, it's really my MacBook that done messed up because it decided not to detect my phone as a camera anymore. And so I'm using my built-in MacBook camera. I know you say you can't tell a difference, but
Aaron, you seem really ruffled about this, but I'm telling you, I can't tell the difference. I'm using my MacBook camera.
I'm livid. This is me. I'm boiling livid right now.
I mean, I know that you're cooler than me, but I'm just saying, like, I can't tell the difference. I think it's okay.
You really can't? You're just saying
I really
that to make
can't.
me feel better, I think.
No, what is it that you see that's different? Do you normally look like you have hair, or you look less bald?
You know, it looks like I have a makeup filter on because the resolution on the MacBook camera is less than the resolution of the iPhone that I use as a camera. And so when I look at my photo right now, I look like I have like an Instagram makeup filter on or something. To me.
Then I must look really bad. Thank you. I took that and twisted it into a dig. Aaron, someone just said, Aaron, you look fine, girl.
That's fine. You know, it's funny. If I actually just used this camera on all my videos, my life would be much easier because I wouldn't have to like hook up my camera every single time I do a video.
That's why I didn't do it, because I was like, it looks fine, and everybody tells me it looks clear.
I'm just gonna take my.
I think you have to just move on with your life.
I guess.
Guys, do you notice a difference? I think Aaron notices. Aaron's very picky, though. He's a picky celebrity.
Oh my goodness. Hey, we got some hot Scientology leaks for you guys tonight.
We sure do.
You listen. I know you guys. You hear our stories. You hear. I know you guys know we don't make up the stories, but sometimes it's different when you see it straight from the horse's mouth and not from our mouths, which are much less horse-like than the horse's mouth. We are former disgruntled apostates, but you know, you hear it right from the true, honest to God believers, the bubble dwellers, and it has a different ring to it. It puts a little more stank on it.
That's true.
That's what they say, right?
These are funny, guys. And then, Aaron, I didn't ask you this before we went live, but I hope you're not busy tomorrow, because I might want to do another audio.
Oh no, we should definitely do another audio tomorrow if you have one.
I have a few more, and I was thinking, what are your plans this weekend? I thought we could just rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll see what's up there. These are hilarious, you guys. These are actually really funny, like really funny.
Okay, so we're going to share with you a bunch of posts that Reese was able to get from. Guys, the Scientology and the internet does not mix. So I don't know why Scientologists think they can keep their shit secret on Facebook. But
I don't know either.
I don't know, but let's just jump into some of this stuff. Now, thank God they post anonymously, because some of the stuff is about kids, and I wouldn't want to be putting up posts about where you know, people are posting about their kids. I mean, this is an anonymous post. I know, but it says the name up there.
I was gonna say, it's kind of not.
Post.
Yeah, again, I don't think we're very brilliant here.
I think why would it say anonymous post and the person's name at the same time?
Because I think some people didn't pass the IQ test that we have to take in the church. I think that aptitude test wasn't doing so good for this person.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, this was the first one you sent me yesterday, and I was like, dear Xenu, we have to do a video about this.
I said it. I was like, Aaron, we have to do a live about this. This thing makes me, I read this on the couch last night. I was like, this is gold.
Guys. This is not fake. This is not edited. This is not a shoot. This is real world Scientologists talking about stuff they really believe. Okay, my friend's mother is dying, and she is looking to help her mom get a new body. This is what's needed and wanted. We want a home with stable parents, preferably OTs. We want creative people. They have to live in or near Clearwater so that she can see her mom again.
No big deal.
No big deal. So guys, whoever agrees to accept this person's mother's thetan in their child's body. For that child's life, they are going to be told who they are and who their former daughter was. This is going to be forced on this child.
Yep.
Multiple kids or plans to have other kids. Why? That doesn't even make sense, that request.
Because
what do you make of that?
OTs don't do well alone, Aaron. OTs are better together.
OTs do better with other OTs.
As well as SPs. It's weird. We're each.
I feel like they're kind of throwing shade at only children.
You do? You think so?
Yeah. I mean, next thing they're going to be saying no redheads.
I like how it says too, gender doesn't matter. So like this person has already decided, because a lot of Scientologists were picky about it. Like I wasn't going to pick a boy body. I'm a girl. I've heard so many Scientologists say that. So I like that it doesn't matter here, guys. This is gold for you. I can't believe I saw this sitting on the couch eating my s'mores Ben and Jerry's pint last night. I was just scrolling through right before bed and I was like, what? I almost spit my ice cream out.
So we want a family that plans on having multiple kids, can help her get on the bridge, i.e. has a lot of disposable income willing to turn over to Scientology.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an obvious if it's OTs. If you're an OT, you have income. Yeah.
Of course. What you will be getting a being who is funny, loves to help others, loves deeply, is smart, solves problems really well. Well, except the problem of how to find another body. Am I right?
Except the problem that you're dying. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to know what's interesting? I feel like the friend's mother isn't a Scientologist, and the Scientologist is trying to find a Scientology family for their non-Scientologist mother.
Of course. We got to spread the good word.
Because it doesn't say her friend's mom is looking for help getting a new body. She says her friend is looking for help to get her mom a new body. Do you see
just
what I'm
down
saying?
they're down at the new body dealership looking for a new one.
Okay, so this being loves to make people smile and make people feel better. She's sassy.
She's full of sass.
I don't know what happens if you get a sassy thetan in a male body. You know what I'm saying?
That seems like too much sass. Sassy and spiritual, that's going to be a lot.
Seems like you might get someone not very well suited for Scientology if you're picking up what I'm laying down.
It's an explosive combo.
Yes. And they're spiritual. Well, Jesus, I mean, you'd think a spirit would be spiritual. You couldn't really help it, could you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're down at the new body dealership, I would think you are spiritual for sure.
Yeah. Are there any ladies out there that are pregnant and open to having this awesome being in your family?
You guys.
So let's walk through this a little bit. So let's
unpack a few things.
Let's say someone responds to this and says, I'm a pregnant Scientologist looking for a sassy old woman thetan. Well, there's no such thing as a woman thetan. So a sassy spiritual thetan that likes to make people laugh to pick up my baby body, my little baby's body. How do you enter into negotiations along this line?
Well, let's see. I'm still in this group. Thank God. I want to know that had just been posted when I sent that to you. So there were no responses. So I wonder by now if somebody has said like, well, I'm 9 months pregnant. I'd love to have this sassy being.
Oh yeah. I want to know if there's any replies.
Oh yeah, there are. Oh my God. I better hurry up and screenshot it because I'm probably about to get kicked out.
Just read it out loud though.
Here we go. Here I am. Oh, it's one reply, but there's a bunch of replies to it. So it says, Julie Brinker says, she tags somebody. Angela Reagan Horn is an amazing mom and currently pregnant with her third.
So she's responding for someone else.
Yeah. No big deal. It's the body dealership. And then Kirsten says, thank you. And then, Angela Ray, the pregnant girl says, that's weird. She says, we have someone with a wink. What does that mean? We already picked our being. And then she says, but tagging some wonderful pregnant mamas. So she tags two others. Look at this. We have someone. Wink.
Melissa Figueroa. I know. Marissa Figueroa. I know her. I was in the Sea Org with her.
Oh my God. Look at that. We have someone. She's already picked somebody. Tagging some wonderful other moms, though.
Wow.
Holy sickos. That's weird.
They're body harvesting for thetans. Is it body harvesting or are they thetan harvesting? I think it's thetan harvesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys thought organ harvesting was all the rage.
Man, I'm about to get, I'm going to be kicked out of this group tonight. That sucks.
They're harvesting sassy thetans.
Lots of sass, but we don't care what the gender is.
Wow.
This feels like Facebook Marketplace to me. It's slightly used. It's got some burn holes in the couch from a cigarette, but still in good condition.
I wouldn't enter into this. I wouldn't enter into this deal unless I could be guaranteed that the sassy thetan had skipped the Between Lives implant station, because I don't want no damaged goods. You feel me?
Right. We don't want any baby that's going to be colicky because it's all restimulated.
That's right. I don't want some thetan stuck in their iceberg incident.
Yeah. What were they doing picking me? That's why it didn't work out. Yeah, you gotta have the right. It's got to be an OT.
But wait, guys, there's much, much more. We're not doing a video over one Facebook post.
No, but that was probably the best one.
We got a whole mess of them for you. Okay, so unfortunately, someone did include a picture of their son. I'm gonna get that one out of there.
Yeah,
I know it's not really wrong. I just don't want people to complain, honestly. Okay, my almost 5-year-old son, so otherwise known as a 4-year-old son, said, "Mommy, do you want to see something that will bring you up the tone scale?" And then he did a silly little dance, which of course made me laugh. It is so special seeing little ones duplicate Scientology. Let's translate this for the people.
It's so special these times of the year when the little ones duplicate Scientology, isn't it, Aaron? I love that. When the little ones.
Yes. So duplicate, we won't get into the weeds. It basically just means to understand.
Understand, yeah.
And this is what happens when you teach your child a cult language from a young age. They think instead of just saying something to your child normal, like, that makes me happy, or, I want to help you feel happy, they use language like, I want to bring you up the tone scale, or, oh, you really bring me up the tone scale, you big being.
Well, I mean, that's, as we all know probably by now too, that's they're indoctrinating. I mean, I was indoctrinated like that at a very young age. So were you.
Now, my mom wasn't quite as thiety-weedy as this. She didn't honestly use stupid. My mom was a true believer in Scientology when I was little, but she didn't. This is kind of what a public would say. I'm sorry, a staff member wouldn't say this. This is public stuff. That's my biased commentary on this. This is some thiety-weedy shit right here. Okay. Because there's nothing unusual about what this little boy is doing. What's unusual is that the mother is projecting onto the child that there's something particularly Scientologically profound about him wanting to make his mom smile. He's duplicating Scientology. Maybe she's referring to the fact that he used the term or the phrase, bring you up the tone scale, which he's just mimicking the
I was just to say it's just shoved down his throat. That's what's funny about it. They're like, you want to hear something amazing that he originated all on his own? No, he didn't. Yeah. It's shoved down his throat 24 hours a day.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we have here. You can't just enjoy a Halloween party for the sake of enjoying a Halloween party. It's an opportunity to introduce young people to the tech of life. Let me tell you, all those kids want to be introduced to is some Butterfingers and some Snickers.
Yeah, but let's do a course. Let's instead of candy, let's go do a course.
That's right. Imagine instead of letting your kid be a kid and go out with their friends in the neighborhood and trick or treat, you're going to bring him into the org to do a personal efficiency course, which, by the way, is completely an inappropriate course for little kids to do.
It is.
There's auditing on that course. That's not a kid course.
No, I don't know why it's not like the children's communication course.
Exactly. The PE course is an introductory Scientology course, but it is not a kid's course. Yeah. So there you go. That's for Halloween party for kids and parents.
I love how it's
Um,
disguised with the hat and the fun picture there. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
What a great way
Yes.
to introduce young people to the tech of
Uh,
life.
Oh, I didn't see the part at the bottom. It's not even free. It costs $50. That's so they can count everyone as a first course start.
I didn't see that either. Oh my God.
$50 to get into the Halloween party. Yeah, that's what the kids are asking for. And you know that Scientologists don't like giving kids sugar because it violates the HCO bulletin PEP. L.
It
Ron
does.
Hubbard wrote a reference called PEP, and that's why
Yep.
Scientology kids aren't allowed to have sugar.
But they should be on a course. I'm sure that'll
That's
be a
why when
Christmas party too. No
that's
gifts
why when
this
I was
year.
a kid, yeah. I don't know about you, but when I was little, we weren't allowed to have Honey Nut Cheerios or Honey Nut Combs or Lucky Charms. We actually sometimes we had Honey Nut Cheerios, but for the most part, we had puffed rice and puffed wheat with
We had
honey.
grape nuts.
Grape nuts. I used to love grape nuts.
Ew, they're so weird. It's like eating sand.
It also gives you explosive gas, which I'm not going to lie, I like that too. Yeah. Hey, everyone's got their thing, okay?
Are you serious?
About which part? I can't eat grape nuts. That stuff is illegal in 16 countries due to
Why
brought
would
up
that
on
give you
charges at The Hague.
Why would grape nuts give you explosive gas?
Have
What
you
is
ever
it?
eaten?
Yeah, when I was
It's like,
really little. I don't remember it. I was like 5, but
it's just like basically straight granola with some extra gas fuel added somehow.
I think
I
it's just
mean,
your colon that feels that way. I don't know that grape nuts really I mean, I could see like sugar-free candy. You'll crap your
maybe
pants. But
maybe I've
grape
got a
nuts?
digestion problem, but I thought that was that way for everyone. Is it just me?
I think it's just you. Maybe that's I don't know. Okay.
Oh
All right.
boy. All right.
Hmm.
Now I do love me a good Butterfinger.
Me
Yeah,
too.
but not for
Oh.
$50. I'd rather spend $50 on Butterfingers than a damn personal efficiency course.
Have you been to
And
Costco and seen the Halloween candy? It's like $30 a bag this year.
I can't buy it because I will eat it all, and I'm trying to lose weight.
Oh, I just buy it and eat it all and then give like all the crappy stuff that's left and then turn the porch light off. Sorry, we're all full here. It's really expensive. If it's between that and going to this party, I'm gonna get the candy at Costco.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. One of the things I find most remarkable about some of these posts is that Scientologists who are supposed to have the tech of how to handle life are going onto the internet to ask a bunch of other people for advice on how to raise their kids. So they're not looking for the L. Ron Hubbard reference, which I don't give a shit about, but as Scientologists, they should. I guess you could argue that perhaps these people are going onto the internet to ask other people for the L. Ron Hubbard reference. But I think you're going to see that that's not what goes on in these things. It's just basically people saying, help me. I don't know what to do about my kids.
Right.
Except instead of asking Reddit, they ask other Scientologists.
That's so true.
Hi, moms. I'm in California, and I had a situation today where my kids decided to climb on the roof of our house, and someone called the cops on us. Yikes. First of all, if you call the cops because your neighbor's kids are on the roof, you're an asshole. That's ridiculous. Just go knock on your neighbor's house.
Age. Well, I think it depends on the age of the kid, Aaron. If it's a 2-year-old, it's like, what are you doing?
Well, that's true, but shouldn't you just tell the mom? Like, come on now.
I mean, I think it depends on your health insurance.
Kids be kids. It's like, you turn around and your freaking kid's gone.
I don't know. My kids never climb the roof of the house. I don't know. Kids be kids. Are they really just falling off homes like pancakes? Kids.
My kids climbed onto the roof, but not when they're not 2. Oh yeah, I hear my kids. I'm like, oh, because it was actually, we had like a shed. We built a shed next to the house, and you could get a ladder on top of the shed, and from the shed you could get on the roof. I mean, it was cool to have a shed, but it wasn't cool that the kids figured out how to get onto the roof. But
okay, I think it depends on the house too. I remember that growing up, I could have done that. Our house is way too tall for that. Like you'd fall off and die. So I don't know. I guess it depends.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, even a one-story roof, you can fall off and die. So, all right, well, let's see how this one ended. What did this Scientologist do to pull in having their neighbor call the cops on them? That's what I want to know.
I'm sure they're in an ethics cycle right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. They decided someone called the cops on us. The cops came and said they were doing a welfare check. My TRs definitely went lit and I was frazzled. I don't know if that's a typo or if this is the new language the kids are using these days.
I think it's a new thing. Yeah, your TRs went lit.
So guys, TRs are the training, it means training routine. It's the communication drills that Scientologists do that make them think they have the best communication skills in this sector of the Galactic Federation. So your TRs going out means you basically lost your composure. And I'm guessing that by saying my TRs definitely went lit, that means her TRs went out. Okay.
I kind of like it. I kind of like this new talk.
Yeah.
My TRs went lit, Aaron.
Yeah. For real. My TRs definitely went lit. Okay. I was just so angry that my kids did not listen to me. And that was the result. Okay. I mean, clearly your kids just haven't read The Way to Happiness of don't climb up on the roof and respect you and honor your parents. You have to find their misunderstood word, obviously.
Love and honor your parents. I mean, that's the first step right there. I'm kind of disappointed. They should call Brenda. She knows a lot about this.
The kids just need an ethics handling and some word clearing, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, my concern is this CPS. I don't know if I'm just introverting on it and blowing it out of proportion, but to me, it looked bad. Everything about it. I'm really scared that CPS will launch an investigation. And although I have nothing to hide in terms of anything illegal, I obviously am a more natural-based mama that doesn't vaccinate, and obviously a mama who does not want to get put in the system of having to deal with legal stuff concerning psychiatry and psychology. Can you imagine putting this stuff all on the internet just because the police showed up at your house? I mean,
I can if you're a dumbass Scientologist.
Yeah, why would you want to tell everyone in your community that your kids don't listen to you and ran up on the roof? Sometimes you just got to keep that shit to yourself.
Especially if there's an SP lurking in the group, such as myself. That's about to put your ass on the internet. What an idiot.
I'm really scared that they will want to see records of vaccination. I'm sorry, it's not illegal to not vaccinate your kids. What is this person worried about?
What does that have to do with the roof? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh my God. And I'm worried they will want to talk to my kids and had their turn. Wait, I'm really scared that they will want to see records of vaccination and want to talk to my kids, had to turn on their hyper or something and demand proof that they've been seen and treated by a psych. This is just paranoia. This is just pure paranoia.
Yeah, but that's Scientology. They do that to, I mean, that's all of us. Do you know how long it took me to see a therapist and like get it in my head that I'm not going to be electroshocked? Like, that's what they do to us. But this she's a little bit out of her mind.
Okay, so the post continues here. My kids had to turn on their hyper or something and demand for proof that they've been seen and treated by a psych, and I'll have no choice but to comply with medication or something. I asked lady if she was going to report it in, and she basically said that she felt she had to. And honestly, I'm just really unsure of what could happen next. Google says that CPS can be called and come to your house from immediately to 10 days after the police reports what they found after a welfare check. Any advice or words of wisdom would be appreciated. I'm busy with the kids. Sorry if there's any typos or things don't read well. I'm voice texting. She's just vomiting all of this onto Facebook. I mean, when will they learn? I mean, whatever. What? Oh, Brittany Ruiz answered.
Yes. I screenshot that and sent it to you. Brittany Ruiz's
response. I have that response. So guys, Brittany Ruiz is one of the Scientologists who pretended to be a Christian and ran for city council up in Oregon and lost. I was in the Sea Org with Brittany. She's married to Javier Ruiz, whose mother used to be the executive director of Author Services International. Brittany was the deputy commanding officer of the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles, where Julian Schwartz likes to cover up for rapists and pedophiles. So Brittany's a very plugged in and connected Scientologist.
Yeah.
And she says, I am a foster care CPS advocate. Wow. Well, she says some pretty weird things coming up here for a CPS advocate. Maybe I don't know what a CPS advocate is. Do you know what that is?
I really don't. I don't even
Anyone in the
understand really
live
what that
chat
means.
who very much knows what a CPS advocate is,
Keela probably
I'll
does, honestly.
keep your eye on the live chat. Let me know if someone jumps in. So I'm going to read this, though. I'm a foster care CPS advocate. These things happen. And due to a child involved, unfortunately, police are required to involve child welfare. Did CPS say they were coming back for an interview to check the home? When was your children's last wellness visit? Oh, I guess that's a doctor visit, right? Are they in school? You have to ask whether the kids are in school. Okay. Do you have any friends? I guess they could be homeschooled. Do you
Well,
have
they
any
could be
friends?
Scientology kids. They don't go to school.
Yeah. But even then, those kids are usually homeschooled, right?
I mean, homeschooled. I know
Sure.
plenty of kids that weren't, but they said they were. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any friends, family, pediatrician that has observed your parenting and can write a letter of character about your parenting? In addition to this, do not let CPS into your home. That's why I feel like, so a CPS advocate must be an advocate for someone who's being visited by CPS, because she's not advocating for CPS. She's actually advocating against CPS, to be honest, right?
That's what I think.
If they demand, tell them you need a scheduled appointment so your attorney can be present. Even if no attorney, you can have an advocate fill in. Oh, well, that's where Brittany comes into play. So I guess Brittany is used to having to represent Scientologists who are being visited by CPS because their children are roaming wild and out of control, is what I'm gathering here. Oh, so this is the rest of it. I have sent advocates who had CPS coming over dressed in a suit, clipboard. Wait, I've sent advocates who had CPS coming over dressed in a suit, clipboard, and tell CPS they are recording, writing notes, and giving them to the attorney. I also had the advocate trained on the CPS rights, so the agency did not violate. Each state is different. I had no idea that Scientologists being visited by CPS was such a problem that people in the community have become specialists on how to keep CPS at bay. Wow. Go Brittany. I guess it's good work if you can get it. Okay. What do we have here?
Isn't that crazy though? Real quick, that was just crazy. I even thought it was so stupid that she was like, I'm so frustrated that my kids aren't listening to me.
Yes. She's not
She
very
was
OT.
all over the place. She's not very OT. I had to go up to the damn school twice today because my dumb bum kid forgot his football cleats, even though we had a game tonight. And then I had to take money up there because he forgot to buy his mouthpiece. I was so frustrated that he didn't listen to me, Aaron.
Well, now you're telling the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Kids do dumb things. It surprises me that she was like, they're not listening. She's all over the place.
Yeah.
Why are we surprised that kids aren't listening to their parents? That's not surprising.
I forgot that in a community, like Scientology is a community that considers competence to be one of the most aspirational things that you can attain, is to be as competent as possible. And I forgot that the community was also populated by some people who just love splashing all of their problems and incompetence onto everyone else and saying, help me fix this. And that is actually very prevalent in Scientology because they're always seeking for someone else tell me how to fix my problems. I mean, honestly, that's kind of a nutshell description of what Scientology is. People asking L. Ron Hubbard, how do I solve my problems, Ron? Someone show me the reference of how I can fix this. Someone give me something because I can't figure it out on my own. I need someone else to tell me what I should think and how I should act and what is the right thing to do. And so I guess in Scientology, you end up having these stratas of people who crave answers from others. And then at the top, you have the Brittany Ruizes, the Brittany Garretts of the world. That's her maiden name, who are like, I am the authorita and I will help you handle all your problems because I know what Ron would do. And that's why I'm here.
That's right. It's just really dumb. Stuff was so gold. And I'm sure in the next, how long? Let's take bets. How long do we think before I'm kicked out of this group?
By the end of the night, for sure.
You think so?
We'll see.
You
I
do?
mean, when you get kicked out, here's what I want you to do. Take a screenshot now of, showing you're in the group, and then show later when you're out of the group, and it will prove that the Office of Special Affairs watches every minute of every video that we do.
Screenshot. By the way, this group has 2.4 thousand members.
Wow. You'd think there'd be more Scientology moms in the world, considering what is there, 15 million Scientologists?
You'd think
That's
there
what
would
they
be
say,
more.
right?
I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah. Totes my goats. All right. So Diane Norgard. A child
You know who that
becomes
is?
happier. So is that a child auditor?
She's a major child auditor. Yeah. For
an auditor
Mace
of
Kingsley.
children.
Yep.
So Diane Norgard is promoting the virtues of auditing tiny children. A child becomes happier and contributes more after Scientology auditing sessions. Quote, my son has become a happy kid through this program. Now, I thought all it required to become happy was to be born into a Scientology family, but apparently that wasn't enough for this child.
Yeah. Well, he came from the other dark side of the moon.
He didn't skip the implant station, this one.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. And we have become happy as well through our kid getting auditing. He's a contributive member of the family. He's creative and nice to be around. He's finally happy in school. His attention span is longer and he's more in present time. We're so happy. Thank you to the whole Mace Kingsley team and to L. Ron Hubbard, CO, parent of a 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old.
Yes. A 6-year-old getting Scientology auditing sessions.
It sounds like a job description. Like after you've started for a year, it sounds like your review. You're finally happier. Your attention span's longer. You're more in present time. We're really happy to have you here. A 6-year-old. That's creeping. Yeah. It's creeping a bit.
But now now prior to auditing, he was just a bum. He wasn't contributing to the family at all.
Yeah. And
he would just make a mess. He would eat his food. He would, ask for things all the time. He wasn't keeping his exchange in as a being. He was a criminal.
He was the vice president of Lazy. And now he's got a full-time job at the org. He's an exec. He just got through the training program. He's the deputy executive director of the foundation org.
For the day org, he holds the ethics officer post. He's doing sec checks on other kids who aren't pulling their weight around the household.
He's one of the top IAS's reg. He's a reg for West US.
So guys, Mace Kingsley, if you guys look this up on the internet, Mace Kingsley is an organization that specializes in auditing children. And you've heard a lot of the horror stories from young Scientology kids who were sent to the Mace Kingsley Ranch out in New Mexico or whatever the hell it was. I think those ranches have been closed down, but I should actually double check that. I really wonder if maybe some of those ranches still exist or new versions of them exist.
Yeah. How do we know? Like it would be such a quiet, kept secret. How would we even know? How do you know they've been shut down?
One of the big scandals is that so Mace Kingsley was Carol Kingsley and Debbie Mace. One of them turned out to be gay and left Scientology. Oh, it was a huge scandal. Or were they both gay? Were they a couple? Yeah. Well, it's in Scientology, that's a scandal. The worst thing you can be in Scientology is gay.
It's gay. Yeah, totally. I just had never heard this. I was in the ice.
Yeah, and you're in the ice. And so one of the women who's in charge of the entire operation to make Scientology kids turn out to be good Scientologists. She's a gay.
My pearls.
My pearls. Your Honor. Right.
Yeah. But seriously, Aaron, it's like a dog fighting ring. Like they move all over the place all the time. It's illegal. It's under the radar. Like if there were another Scientology ranch school, we're not going to know that.
We would find out. Okay, so actually, hey, to all you under the radar Scientologists who like to watch the SPTV, hit me up at grownupinscientology@gmail.com. Are there ranches? And maybe they stopped calling them ranches just because everyone talks about ranches. Here's what it is. Scientology boarding schools for misbehaved children. Where do they send these kids now? Or do they just send them to join staff at the newest Ideal org? Who knows? I want to know. So, but the Mojave Academy Ranch, the Mace Kingsley Ranch, and I feel like there was more than one Mace Kingsley Ranch. I'm only aware of one Mojave Academy ranch. And guys, this is different than when you hear the Int Ranch or the Cadet Ranch. We're talking about things that are not run by the Sea Organization. These are things that are privately run by public Scientologists, and these ranch schools is where Scientologists would send their misbehaved Scientology kids for reconditioning. Let's call it what it is.
Totally.
Yeah. So, hey, anyone who's aware of whatever camps Scientologists send their misbehaved children to, hit me up and let me know. Okay, let's see. That's the same thing. What do we do when our kids are protesting food? That is Scientology speak for I don't want to eat these damn peas.
That's right. That's right. You need to take to the internet about it. That's what you do. If you can't figure it out.
That's what's getting me. So Megan Cashett doesn't have any friends or a mother figure that she can ask for help with her kid. She's got to ask the internet, what do I do when my kid doesn't eat his food?
Yeah.
I promise you, when your kid's hungry enough, he's going to eat.
Yeah. It's so dramatic. What do we do when our kids are protesting food? What do I do when my kid's jumping off the roof? It's just so. Why are we taking to the internet with this?
Fix my problems. Fix my problems.
Although I feel like a bit of a hypocrite when I say, why are we taking to the internet? Everyone knows everything about me, but we're not talking about me. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah, we're just talking about other people.
Yeah.
Okay. Bree Shavitz Esty. Protest with them. F that chicken nugget. You don't have to eat that, baby girl. That's right. You tell that zucchini who's boss always blows the ridge. See, I want people to see the Scientology language here.
Me too. That's why I screenshot this.
It always blows the ridge. It always gets her to eat. Oh, in other words, if you just have fun with your kid, maybe it's like, it's not a tech. It's a common sense of treating little kids like actual humans and not like objects who need to be handled.
That's right.
It blows the ridge. It always gets her to eat. I'll spit my food out too if she's really having a meltdown about it. I mean, I like the advice, to be honest. I just don't like the Scientology language.
Yeah, I also just don't understand why would she allow that kind of a being into her womb in the first place, though. I mean, I feel like we need to do an ethics cycle just over that. Like, if I'm judging you just because you even allowed that being in your space.
That's a very, very good point, actually.
Who wants a being that's going to protest food, Aaron, or jump off a roof?
Yeah.
What have you?
I'll tell you, it pretty much, I've got 3 little munchkins who are all not so little anymore. But, and daddy's approach is always different than mommy's approach or whatever. But I tried to handle most behavioral problems by just trying to make my kids laugh. Because honestly, you just get your kid to laugh, they're going to stop being a pain in the ass usually. So I don't mind the advice. I kind of like the advice, so good on you, Brie. But again, you picked the wrong being, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, I think it's sketchy that you would even allow that into your body space.
Okay, I'm going to get the kid's photo out, but I can't, my fucking trackpad. Okay, here we go. Feeling like a proud wife and mommy. My husband is at Flag for 6 weeks. Okay, doing services. This is going to require some deciphering because this is interesting. First of all, she already knows he's going to be there for 6 weeks doing services. He's really excited about it. And soon he will be doing OT6 preparations. I'm sorry, the fact that he's going to be gone for 6 weeks and he's not even starting OT6, it's very she didn't even say he's going for OT5. He's going to get 6 weeks of sec checking this guy. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway.
We all know 6 weeks is longer. Whenever they quote you something, you might as well like triple that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not exactly easy holding down the fort, but I'm somehow doing fine. So they're already having to sacrifice the well-being of the family so that he can go to Clearwater, Florida and be interrogated for about $6,000 for about $200 an hour for 6 weeks.
That's what's more important, but yeah.
Yeah. My kids are back in their APS. That's an applied scholastic school, which means it's a Scientology school. My kids are back in their school and totally thriving. They're very happy to be Scientologists and very proud that they're 5th generation Scientologists on my side and 3rd generation on their daddy's side. And for my birthday last month, we finally became patron meritorious. Guys, that means they donated $250,000 to the International Association of Scientologists.
No big deal.
She says that becoming a patron meritorious is a dream they've had for several years. Nothing indicates the level of Scientology brainwashing as someone saying, it has been our dream to turn over $250,000. Now, guys, that's not $250,000 for auditing. That's not $250,000 to your local new building. That is only $250,000 to the IAS. All the money for auditing is in addition to that. Any money they're donating to the building is in addition to that. So, but I thought this post was a really good example of how they're sacrificing what's good, the good of the family. So dad's gone for 6 weeks. Give me any other religious organization where the father just leaves for 6 weeks. I don't know. Maybe missionaries. Do Mormon missionaries or do the Jehovah's Witnesses have missionaries? I don't know. I know sometimes you go off and you have to go do stuff. But does that stuff cost you $100,000? Or do you have to pay your church $100,000 for the privilege of going off and doing that thing?
That's just pure money. That's not even towards services. I found this. Look at my asshole dad. I sent you that, right?
He donated $1 million.
Yeah, and he's done way more than $1 million. He's done way more than $1 million. But they post it like that so that it's more. If they would have said like he's done the 10 million or whatever he's really done, that's kind of not a mountain you can climb. You have to do it a little bit at a time. So you can go, we can do that. And like she said, it's a dream we've always had to give that kind of money.
Yeah. So they're not accomplishing anything. They're just donating money and they feel we've accomplished something because they gave us a statue and a pin. Well, hold on. I see someone saying that Mormon missionaries do have to pay for their missions. I think you're referring to just the expenses of traveling and everything. Realize this guy's going to pay to be interrogated for $200 per hour. He's got to pay for his hotel on top of that.
Oh yeah.
You don't even get free meals for that price.
Nope.
Okay, so the child auditor says, who wants to read more child wins from sessions? Here are 2. A win I had during auditing is remembering my past when my auditor Ingrid asked me those questions. Also, she really helped me with the ways to play and communicate. Working with Ingrid really helped me to understand that there are different ways to see life. Okay, that's an 11-year-old child. The 8-year-old child says, these sessions helped me to feel that I can talk to my dad more and I can ask him things without him getting mad at me. Yikes.
I'm sorry. That's awful. That is an awful success story.
Sounds like the dad needs some auditing.
Can you make that face again, Aaron?
Yikes. So how does the kid, in order for the kid to be like, I feel like I can ask my dad things now without him getting mad at me, kind of makes it sound like the kid was told the reason your dad's getting mad at you is because you're asking the questions wrong. Well, you're being too down tone and it's making your dad mad. So you need to come up the tone scale so your dad doesn't want to beat the shit out of you every time you open your mouth.
What's going on with the dad? I feel like I need more information on that. You know what I'm going to do tonight? I keep checking my phone. I haven't been kicked out yet. I'm going to go through like this will take hours, but Aaron, I feel like these are pretty golden, like enough that I need to go. I only went down for like a little while to get these screenshots. I need to like scroll, like hardcore scroll and screenshot more and then do another video on this with you. Don't you think? This is pretty fun.
I totally agree. This is the best stuff.
This is like the audios because it gives people such an idea of like what's behind the curtain.
Yeah. Now this is Arizona Walker. I knew Ari in the Sea Org. Most people may have known her as Ari Brenner. Her mother is Liz Brenner. Natalie, I think Natalie Nagengast is her sister. There's Mariah Brenner. I don't know if I'm getting Natalie wrong. There was Mariah Brenner, Ari Brenner, and anyway, so they were my age or a little older in the Sea Org. I attested to L11. That's just a special auditing thing that costs like $20,000.
As I say, it's super expensive, but yeah,
super expensive. I attested to L11 some weeks ago, and I have to admit these specialized and amazing processes were out of this universe and absolutely phenomenal. Well, for $20K, I believe me, they're not phenomenal, but I'd hope you'd at least pretend to feel that way after paying that much for
sure.
a dozen hours of auditing. I'm a new OT8 and I feel very stable across my dynamics. Well, I'd hope so. I mean, you spend $1 million already. I mean,
you better not be unstable. Fuck.
You
better be stable at OT8.
This L11 has taken my OT viewpoints and achievements to a whole new expanded level. So it's like extra OT. I'm extra OT.
Might be OT9.
Oh my goodness. What I uncovered and realized and confronted and unburdened has given me the ability to have a new life. Now she's only saying new life because L11 is called the New Life Rundown. So she has to use that word in her success story or in order to like really reinforce that she thinks she got what she paid for.
Absolutely.
I'm at a completely new level from which to operate from. By the way, these are confidential. You're not allowed to talk about what the auditing is. So that's why they speak in such, kind of theety-weety generalities.
Mm-hmm.
Unveiling what we did on L11 has given me such a strong hope of regaining some lost amazing abilities, powers, and postulates that I not only didn't think I'd ever get back, but these were fully occluded to me. Not anymore. Now, for any of you language specialists out there, I think you'll notice she didn't say she got the powers back. She got back the hope that she might one day get the powers back. That's shit.
That's a shit success story.
That's a shit sandwich for $25,000. L11 has given me such a strong hope of regaining some of the lost amazing. What?
Well, you got to do you got to do L12 and L10. That's the hope. That's the carrot.
That's true. In fact, I think you might have hit the nail on the head there. You don't do L10, 11, and 12 in sequence. L11 might be the one that you do first. Is it 11, 10, 12?
Yep.
Wow. I am at the threshold of an even better life. Oh, so her life didn't even improve. She just got to the door. And once you walk through the door, your life is improved. But she's still at the threshold. It sounds like this is not a good success story.
Well, again, we've got to get through the other L's and you got to pay another. I think they're more than 20 grand. I think it's like 100 grand to do all three.
Yeah, no, you're
Doug,
totally
Doug
correct.
and Brenda did both. Yeah, Doug and Brenda each did them, and she told me they were 100,000 each to do all three. Yeah,
you are correct.
Yeah,
I'm at the threshold of an even better life for me, my family, my company, my friends, my third and fourth dynamics. Third dynamic is any group you're a part of. Fourth dynamic is all mankind. And all my dynamics. I'm so very excited to what the hell? I don't know what that's
move forward.
Oh, to move forward. Wow. So even though she's OT8, she's still looking for recovering hope of one day regaining her lost abilities.
Isn't that a little backwards to you? She is new OT8.
Yes, she is. But they have to have other auditing actions to sell her. And if you're going to pay for that shit, you better pretend like you got something out of it.
Is new OT8 truth revealed? Is that the end phenomena? Okay, so she got the truth revealed to her, but she still hasn't walked through the door. Interesting.
Yeah, the OT8 is described, the name of OT8 is truth revealed. What it's supposed to give you is freedom from amnesia on the whole track. So it's supposed to, at least, the marketing is that it's supposed to allow you to have full and total recall of your last 76 trillion years, but it didn't work for her because she wasn't even aware of the powers she might one day recover until she did L11.
But she still has high hopes. She's still in the valley of high hopes.
She's hopeful that she will have more high hopes, apparently.
That's unreal.
Okay, now this one's weird to me. Melanie
Not me.
Marnowek. Hi, everyone. Can someone please recommend an assist objective process out of the objectives handbook for severe eczema? for a 13-year-old. Not just eczema, severe eczema. Now, my first thought is, Melanie, however you say your name, why don't you just look in the damn handbook yourself? Why do you put this shit on the internet?
Why are all of them posting this on the internet? That's what I mean. It's very weird. I gotta scroll through before I get kicked out and screenshot more. This stuff is golden. It's so weird though. For severe eczema.
Now you might be wondering, that's a crazy question. Guys, here's a crazy answer. Christina Matthews Kemp, by the way, never go to her wellness clinic. Do not ever go to Christina Kemp's wellness clinic. She owns a wellness clinic. I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
The
I
internet
thought you were saying
will
this like
find
you
out.
know her. Okay.
No, I know her because she's saying that she uses assists on everyone who comes to her clinic with eczema. Guys, an assist is just one of these bullshit Scientology things of feel my finger, thank you, feel my finger, thank you, or look at my finger, or the touch assist is one of the most common. You also have a nerve assist that just requires touching a person. You also have a body comm, which also just requires touching a person. Assists by definition involve usually touching, laying on of hands, which is always dicey in unsupervised situations. And so Christina I own a wellness clinic and we use 4 assists on everyone with eczema. I've never seen them not work. Well, I don't not understand that.
I'm okay.
We actually just had a patient do testimonial about it this week. I can get you the page numbers on Monday. Well, why can't you give her the page numbers right now, Christina? Don't be a bitch about it.
Yeah, where are you out on the bridge, Christina? You should know this. This is odd to me. Like, you were in Scientology. I was in Scientology. I never was like, Huxley's coughing up blood. Do you have any kind of an assist? Maybe.
Is there some special locational I could give him?
Yeah.
That will put the blood back into his system and stop the coughing?
Yeah, one of his lungs just came out of his mouth. Is there any kind of an assist that... It's so weird to me. I still thought with doctors, like if it's something like this, why would you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with what Melanie did to pull in a child who had eczema.
Well, I thought the same thing. It's awfully low toned of her to even have that kind of a being around.
Exactly.
No good. It's no good.
Exactly. All right. We'll wrap this up. We have so much more of this. Actually, we have enough to do another video tomorrow.
Oh, we do?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This one makes me a little sad, you guys. This next one, and then we'll probably wrap it up after this one. Destiny Duckco. Hi, I'm a staff member at Tampa Org Foundation and a stay-at-home mom. So, guys, for those of you who may not know, many organizations have a day shift and a nights and weekends shift. The foundation org is the nights and weekends shift. So that means she's a stay-at-home mom during the day, and she works at the local Scientology organization in Tampa nights and weekends. Okay. So she says, in order for me to be on post, I need to bring my daughter with me. With
remember, this is the night shift.
Yeah. This is the night shift.
Yeah. When the kids should be going to bed. Yeah.
Yes. And when we say nights, we don't mean 5 to 6. We mean 7 to 10.
At the earliest. I mean, 10 is when the org closes, but the staff don't leave.
Exactly. With that, I'm looking for a crib I can get so she's able to sleep at the org while I'm on post. By the way, guys, there's no nurseries in the orgs anymore. So she's sleeping. It's not like she's sleeping in a place where kids are supposed to sleep. She's just like sleeping in the office. Okay. I don't want to buy a whole brand new crib and mattress. So I'm just posting here to see if anyone in the Clearwater area has one that I can buy relatively cheap. I didn't know they even allowed people to still do this anymore in the orgs.
Yeah, it made me sad too.
Yeah.
It's a sad one. And it's sick. Like, you would think in a regular world, someone would be like, you can't bring it's obviously a small child if it needs a crib. Like, you can't bring your kid with you to post like that. It's just not acceptable. But nope, looks like it's still going on.
And, I know I'm, preaching to the choir here, but it's like, now that I'm out of Scientology, my kids, thank God, we never exposed our kids to Scientology, which is a crazy thing to consider, considering we were still in Scientology for many, many years with our kids. And even without having some sort of an agreement between us, my wife and I just sort of knew we ain't exposing our kids to this shit. So my point there is, having raised my kids out of Scientology, it honestly makes me sad to try to remember that mindset that you've got a mother, a single mother, whose priority should just be making sure her kid grows up as happy and healthy as possible. And she is sacrificing every one of her nights and weekends just to work at the local Scientology org, and for no money. For no money. And she's bringing her kid with her. Let's say her kid can't sleep. She's not allowed to leave post and take care of her kid.
Right.
It's not an environment. It's a Dev T kid. It's not an environment conducive to taking care of children. And you would think but this is also the pressure that's put on these Scientologists. You would think that a Scientology recruiter would go, that's okay. You're a single mother. You're not qualified to be on staff because we would be pulling you away from your kid. Instead, these people are like, oh, just buy a used crib and set it up in your office. It'll be okay. The recruiters are always going to tell you, oh, don't worry. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah. Guess what?
What's the issue?
It's not going to be okay. And then she'll be kicked off staff eventually because her kid's a distraction, and she'll be given a freeloader debt for any courses in auditing that she did. And then she'll owe Scientology money.
She'll be an ethics particle for this.
Yeah. That's how this shit goes down. We have a lot more.
Yeah. And I was going to ask, do you think, I keep checking, I'm paranoid now. I'm still in the group. If I stay in the group and I don't get out and then go back in and check, I can probably go through, even if I were to get kicked out right now, I'm still in, right? Like I could go through and
unless you refresh it, as long as you don't refresh.
Yes. So if I stay in, I can scroll, because I think I should do more of these. I feel like I should get as much good content as I can. Everybody seems to be enjoying it. I mean, some of it's not enjoyable. Some of it's not funny, like the one we just read, but some of them are just ridiculous. So I think we need to share as much as we can, because this is similar to the audios. It's just so out there. It's fun to look at. You can't look away.
I totally agree. All right. So one way or the other, we'll do something tomorrow, whether it's this, whether it's a recording. We'll figure it out. Or honestly, maybe we'll do both.
Maybe we got the weekend too.
Yeah, we got the weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening. Hope you all have a lovely Thursday evening. Thank you as always to everyone who watches until the very end. Adios.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.